I know since back in January, I know since the regular season schedule came out back in May, I know some people had this date marked. I know a lot of Niners fans had this date marked especially. I know even some Eagles fans had this date marked for this game. Well, the day has come. The time has come. It is December 3rd, or at least it soon will be December 3rd, 2023. Yes, it is the Week 13 matchup between my San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 13 of this 2023 NFL season. And, well, why is it so important for all of you non-sports fans out there and the filthy casual ones out there? Well, this is the rematch of the 2022 NFC title game that was supposed to be super hyped up and a super whatever, but nonetheless, it didn't turn out that way for various reasons I will be describing in just a bit. So, yeah, like I said, a lot of people had this game earmarked, whether you're a fan of the 49ers, a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, but nonetheless, this is an important game for both of these teams. The practical number one seed is on the line for not just for the Philadelphia Eagles, but also for the 49ers. They still have a chance to try and grab that thing if things go their way, if they somehow try to win this game. But still, a big chance nonetheless for them to try and snatch that thing away and potentially come up with an upset win. So, man, it still stings in me of what happened back in January. So, might as well just cut to the chase. Might as well just cut to the chase of why this game is so important for the 49ers. Because what happened back in January is, well, that NFC title game where the 49ers thought they had a shot, but unfortunately, they never were given a real shot because of what happened, like, literally minutes into the first quarter, because the offensive line couldn't protect Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy was taken out real early into the game thanks to his throwing arm, his throwing elbow getting knocked in and getting injured by Hassan Reddick on a throw. So that took him out of the game. He can't throw the ball, and they had to throw in their fourth string quarterback at the time, Josh Johnson. So keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a history lesson. They were down to their third string quarterback at the time, Brock Purdy, who had an unexpected season by many because their initial starter, Trey Lance, was out for the season with a broken ankle. And then you also had Jimmy Garoppolo, their second starter, go down with also a broken ankle. So you're down to Brock Purdy, and now in an NFC Championship game against the top-seeded Philadelphia Eagles, he goes down. He goes down in the most biggest, important game of the season, and now you're down to your fourth-string quarterback, who also goes down with an injury. He also gets concussed in the game, and now we had no quarterbacks. We had no quarterbacks in the game. And I know some people like to, all the excuses, all the bull crap. Don't give me the bullshit. Like, what were we supposed to do? What were we supposed to do in that game? Like, just keep running Christian McCaffrey into the ground? Like, you saw that NFC Championship game. We couldn't do jack shit. But now, we're going to this game, week 13. Hopefully, we can do something this time. Hopefully, the Niners can actually do something this time. And, well, keep their damn quarterback healthy out of this game. So, that being said, let's go back in time to, well, the week that was for both of these teams, heading into this all-important Week 13 matchup. So, for my 49ers, they're coming in with a little bit of extra rest because they actually played a little while back on Thanksgiving. So, they actually managed to get a little bit part of their revenge from 9 years ago because, well, they played a little team by the name of the Seahawks on Thanksgiving. And, yeah, when they hosted Thanksgiving at Levi's, they got embarrassed. But 9 years fast forward, they got their payback. They got their receipt as they dominated Geno Smith and the Seahawks for much of that Week 12 contest in a team effort 31-13 beatdown. And they also got to enjoy some turkey on Seattle's home field. Meanwhile, for the Philadelphia Eagles, a couple of days later on Sunday, you saw them host the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, and you saw Jalen Hurts struggle with 2 first-half turnovers. But he rallied his team back from 2 separate 10-point deficits in the second half. He had a much better performance with, I believe it was 4 touchdowns in that game. And then it went to an overtime period. And after he saw his team go down to like 3 points, so they had a chance to win the game or even tie the game. But he said, no, fuck that shit. I'm going to go and win this damn thing myself. He led his team down the field and he ran in the game-winning touchdown himself. So he wins his team the game 37-34. So for the Philadelphia Eagles, I mean, they're 10-1, and I'll give them a little bit of flack for this. They're kind of for a reason. They know how to finish strong. And sure, some of it can be said, oh, their opponents can't finish. Their opponents can't close the gap. And, well, that's just the mentality of the Philadelphia Eagles. They know how to, I guess, in cliche of Cody Rhodes in WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, they know how to finish the story of each game. So, for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they know how to finish each game. In contrast to Brock Purdy and the 49ers during that 3-game losing skid, they haven't been able to close the gap quite yet. So, this is a good opportunity to actually learn how to close the gap against a really battle-tested team in the Philadelphia Eagles. So, better learn than now against one of the better teams in the NFL. So, going into this game, looking at the injury report for both of these teams, the Niners didn't come away from that Thanksgiving game unglued, healthy to be exact. They pretty much lost one key player on their special teams, and that's George Odom. There's one of their safeties and key special teams player. He suffered a season-ending biceps tear during that Thanksgiving game, which is a big blow to a special teams unit that has been actually one of the worst in the league. So that also pretty much leaves only Tashawn Gibson and Jair Brown as their only safeties on the team. So I'm hoping that the 49ers sign somebody during their little time off. So if they didn't sign at least one or two safeties from the practice squad, or at least elevate someone from the practice squad that is a safety, if either one of those two go down with an injury, okay, we're kind of fucked here. We're kind of screwed. So I'm hoping we have some safety depth now. So someone inform me in the comments. So anyway, going into this game, we have a little bit of questionables to be had, including Eric Armstead, Jordan Mason, and special teams receiver Ray McLeod. They're all listed questionable with their respective injury issues. They did get a limited practice in on Friday, so we'll see if they're likely to play on Sunday, barring any setbacks, but I'm hopeful that they can play. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, while they are coming in on a little bit less rest, they are kind of beat up on both sides of the ball, notably on the defensive end. So one of their top linebackers in Nakobe Dean, he remains on the injured reserve list after he had undergone foot surgery during their bye week a couple weeks ago. So that defense is taking kind of some hits here and there, including one of their other top linebackers, Zach Cunningham. He's been rolled out of this game with a hamstring injury, so that middle of the field has already been struggling. It's going to struggle even harder with those two now out. And then defensive lineman Fletcher Cox is listed as questionable with a groin injury. We'll see if he does indeed play. I mean, he's a longtime veteran in this league, so he's probably going to tough it out. So we'll see how he does during pregame warmups. And then on the offensive side of the ball, top tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Goedert, is listed as doubtful. He actually missed the last month with a forearm injury. So we'll see if Nick Sirianni looks during warmups and says, okay, maybe he either does or doesn't play, but his doubtful status probably means that another week without him against the 49ers. So I don't think, in my opinion, they're not going to trot him out there. So, looking at this game for the 49ers, it's interesting and in a positive light that they're treating this as a normal standard game rather than one of revenge. In contrast to the Eagles, where they just keep bringing it up. They just have to bring up those past issues of the NFC title game. We're tough shit, pal. Come on, man. Really, you have to keep bringing it up to our faces? The 49ers are not talking shit At least I'm not that I'm hearing of about what happened in January. So come on, why do we have to? Of course it's Philadelphia. I mean, no this on them, but it's like it was back in January. We're here all the way in December now, towards the end of the year. So why? And here's another thing on Twitter saying, "Oh, the Niners are still making excuses for why they lost that game." It's like not the snippets that I'm hearing on Twitter. No, not the one I'm seeing. So anyway, looking at your keys to victory for both of these teams, let me just say this about the 49ers. I think the theme of this week, the theme of this game against Philadelphia, in a all-important must-win game for them if they want to stay pace for the number one seed in the NFC. I think for the theme of this week is, well, keep it simple, stupid. Especially you, Kyle Shanahan. You got to protect your damn quarterback. Protect Brock Purdy. God damn it. Spencer Burford, John Feliciano, Cole McKivitz. Basically, that entire right side of the offensive line. Protect damn Brock Purdy, because that's where Brock Purdy got hurt last year. I don't want to see no damn plays drawn up by Kyle Shanahan sending an extra tight end. I think it was Ross Dwelly that had to go in there and try to block Hassan Reddick, and nope, that didn't work. And then boom, there goes Brock Purdy's elbow, his throwing elbow. I don't want to see that again. I really don't want to see that again. So this offensive line better protect his ass. They need to protect their damn quarterback if they want to have a chance in this game. And speaking of this damn game, everyone has to play their damn best. Everyone has to play their best and complete game. No bullcrap play calling from Kyle Shanahan. No bullcrap defensive scheming from Steve Wilks. And everything just pretty much has to be damn near perfect, especially against a team in the Philadelphia Eagles. One thing that they can specifically exploit is the middle of the field. This is a good opportunity for them to start utilizing George Kittle a little bit more. Sure, they did it last time against the Seahawks, and I think it was the Bucs too. But this is one of the weaknesses in the Philadelphia Eagles is the middle of the field. So might as well unleash the Kittle, unleash Ayuk in this game. So go ham in the middle of the field. All right, for the Philadelphia Eagles, if you want to win this game, if you want to go to 11-1, strengthen your hold on the number one seed in the NFC. Pretty much do what you did last year. Bully the 49ers offensive line once again. It still remains one of the biggest, weakest points in their team. So you have a strong defensive line. Even if Fletcher Cox is out, even if some of your top linebackers are out, you still have a lot of strong defensive linemen in your roster. So plenty of guys that in your rotation to go and get Brock Purdy. So yeah, this is a time for them to unleash your depth against one of the kind of weakest offensive lines in the NFL. Make Brock Purdy's day very uncomfortable. And then offensively, Jalen Hurts has to find a way to burn San Francisco's secondary, because in that NFC Championship game, sure, he had some rushing yards here and there. He had a few big bombs here and there, but for Jalen Hurts, he actually didn't have a lot of success in the air. In that game back in January, he only threw for under 200 yards, like close to that, like under 186 to be exact. So the Niners are going to likely find ways to shut him down on the ground, and Hurts is going to be challenged to try and attack the air. And I think I saw something like the corners, Deontay Lenoir and Charvarius Ward. They did a good job covering Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. So they're going to have to do it again. But for Jalen Hurts to have some success in the air, he's going to have to find ways to find some cracks in that secondary that's kind of beat up. It's still missing Talanoa Hufanga. Maybe attack the middle of the field as well. But we will see. Either way, should be an interesting game for both of these teams. Should be a dogfight. It's a very big one, especially for the 49ers. They're out there. I mean, I know some people want to say, oh, revenge game. This is a revenge game for the 49ers. But for me, and probably for them too, I just want them to go in there, take care of them damn business, and show the world that, hey, if we need to go back in there in January, and, well, of course, I want the win, but if we need to go back in there in January, then even if we do win, then, damn, well, we're going to have to do it again when that time comes. So, for the 49ers, get this damn win. Get that damn win in Philadelphia and potentially strengthen that grip. Try to increase your chances at getting the number 1 seed in the NFC. We'll see what happens this Sunday. But anyway, those are my thoughts on this coming game between the 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. A lot of emotions, pal. A lot of emotions going into this game. Probably the most I've had all season, which is good. But anyway, let me know your thoughts going into this game between the Niners and the Eagles in the comment section below. And yeah, as always, keep that lasagna very cold in the fridge with your takes on the world of sports. And until next time, peace out.